Ada was just a young girl of 11 years old in JSS 2 when it happened, a day she would never forget. At that time, the concept of operating a GSM was alien to her. Phones were considered a luxury in her household. Even her older brothers in SS2 and SS3 didn't have one, so the idea of her possessing or stealing a phone was laughable. It was a bright Sunday morning. Ada, alongside her mother, Amaka, and her siblings, had gone to church as they did every week. The service was vibrant and everyone was full of joy. Seated in her row that day were Ada, some younger children, and a matured lady who owned the phone in question. There was also another woman seated nearby with her children. The church operated a lively offering system where congregants would dance joyfully to the altar to drop their offerings. When it was time for Ada's role to go forward, she joined the others, smiling and clapping to the rhythm of the music as they danced their way to the altar. By the time they returned to their seats, the atmosphere shifted abruptly. "Yeah, my phone, oh!" the matured lady screamed, causing heads to turn. Everyone in the row froze as murmurs broke out. The lady insisted that her phone had disappeared, and soon the church deacons were called to quietly investigate. Each person seated in that row was questioned, one after the other. When it was Ada's turn, she confidently told them, "I know nothing about her phone." However, as Ada made her way back to her seat, she overheard one of the deacons whispering to another, "Are you sure it is that girl?" Her ears were sharp and she heard it clearly. It pierced her heart like a knife. How could anyone think she was a thief? To make matters worse, before they even returned from the offering, the woman who had been seated nearby with her children had already left the church. That alone seems suspicious, but no one seemed to notice at the time. After the service, Ada began searching for her Bible, a brown new one that her mother had lovingly purchased for her just recently. To her dismay, it was nowhere to be found. Saddened, she returned home and decided to tell her mother everything. As soon as Ada told her mother, Amaka, about Deacon Oju's accusing her of stealing a phone, Amaka's fury erupted. "What? My daughter, a thief? Who is that person?" Ada knew her mother well. There was no way her mother would let it slide. She begged her mother to let the matter go, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. The very next day, while Ada was at school, Amaka, her mom, stormed into the market where the deacon's wife owned a shop. She was not one to mince words, especially when her family's name was at stake. "Tell your husband," Amaka began sternly, "that if he is busy stealing God's money in the church, my daughter will not be dragged into it. My child is not a thief." During the confrontation, a woman from the church stepped forward with a new information. She explained that during the offering time, while most of the congregation had stepped forward, she noticed something suspicious. She claimed to have seen the deacon himself approach Ada's seat, reach for something, and slipped it into his pocket. However, she admitted that she wasn't entirely certain about what exactly he had taken. Determined to clear her daughter's name, Amaka decided to take the matter directly to the pastor. She explained the events that had unfolded, including the witnesses' accounts of Deacon's suspicious actions. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, the pastor immediately initiated an investigation. The church members worked together to uncover the truth, and soon enough, their efforts led to a shocking discovery. Both the missing phone and the Bible were found hidden in the deacon's house. This revelation not only cleared Ada's name but also exposed the real culprits, leaving the congregation stunned by the unexpected turn of events. Later that day, when Ada returned from school, her siblings eagerly recounted the events that had unfolded in her absence. The market incident had drawn attention, but there was more. Someone had discovered the real thief. It was the deacon one of her siblings revealed, referring to the deacon who accused her of stealing, that stole the phone and the Bible. Ada was overwhelmed and relief and joy. It wasn't just about proving her innocence, it was about her mother standing up for her in a way she would always remember. Amaka had not just defended her daughter's name, she had also rejected any stigma that could follow Ada. Don't you know, Amaka had told her that day that the name thief is a generational name. I reject it for you. Those words stuck with Ada and they gave her strength. She was proud of her mother for being fearless and protective, and she learned the importance of speaking up for the truth, no matter the situation. That day, a painful experience turned into a powerful lesson about family, love, and standing up for what is right. The following Sunday, the pastor addressed the congregation, emphasizing the importance of truth and justice. He praised the courage of those who spoke up and the determination of Ada's mother to defend her child's innocence. As the choir resumed their singing, Ada smiled quietly beside her mother. She had learned an important lesson that day, that the truth, no matter how hidden, will always come to light, and that the mother's love is a force to be reckoned with. For Amaka, it was a victory, not just for Ada, but for their family's name. She has stood up for injustice and refused to let a false accusation take root. In that small church community, the story of Ada and her mother became a powerful reminder that integrity and courage will always triumph. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.